We are live. What's going on, people? Alex Thorne here, and I'm just a rock and roller who in his downtime who likes to watch movies while wearing a bandana. And today we're doing a watch along of AVP. So every week I've been doing a watch along of Aliens on the way to Alien Romulus that comes out August 16th. And this is our fifth watch along as well as our fifth, get together for a review that's about to happen later this week. Alien 1, 2, 3, and what's the Resurrection, the fourth one. Those four are already available on this channel, and they're going to be in a playlist along with the previous watch alongs. And then today we're watching Alien vs Predator. So hopefully, I'm trying to watch it on Blu-ray. I've owned this Blu-ray forever. It's 101 minutes. So this one right here. Interestingly enough to me, I don't know if it's the Xbox One X or it's the Blu-ray itself, but I am not able to get playback on this. Mind you, I just got here, just a couple minutes ago, really. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Talk to me in the comment section. I'm gonna give people about 5 minutes or so to get on board before we actually start watching this together. Let me make sure the audio is going well. Comment section. I'm gonna give people. There we go. Audio's doing good. I'm a little shocked, man. I'm surprised that this Blu-ray is not playing, and I feel like lately I've been having issues with Blu-rays when it's just like I shouldn't have issues with Blu-rays. I remember people touting how Blu-ray was so much more durable than DVDs were. And even when you go into these Blu-ray collector Facebook fan pages, they're always touting about how Blu-rays are way more durable than DVDs were. And yet I've had my fair share with Blu-rays. It's quite disappointing when you put one in after you're streaming for a whole month and then you decide to put in one of your movies and they don't work, which is really really interesting. Yeah, this is just giving me a black screen here, so I'm gonna head over to not delay things. I'm gonna head over to Hulu, which I believe they're the ones that have, well, nothing's happening on my Xbox now. Yeah, but I believe Hulu is the one that has it on there. How are you guys doing, man? Thank you for joining me. There's three of you here. Thank you for joining me. Again, I'm just giving time here. Yeah, let's just head over to Hulu. I believe they're the ones that have all of these movies, and I've got to lower this down before I get a copyright like I did the first time when I first watched Alien. And of course, I have to log in to it's one thing after another. All right, let's do this. Talk about not being prepared for a live stream, huh? So let me know down below, how do you guys feel about Alien vs Predator? If you've ever seen it, put it in the comment section. I have an affinity for this movie. I really do. It came out when I was a senior in high school, which sounds crazy to me. I keep saying this to people that I'm like remembering things from so many years ago, and it's like, to me, when I think of high school, or when I say 20 years ago, I don't think about 20 years ago I was in high school. In my mind, I'm like 20 years ago, I was, really, really young. I was in grade school, single digits type of thing. And no, 20 years ago, I was a senior in high school, which is crazy, which is nuts. Let's see, do they have it? We got Alien Covenant here. Oh, dear Lord, don't tell me they don't have it either. All right, I might be heading over. They got Requiem. They have Prometheus. I may have to head over to Voodoo to watch this because I do have it there. Again, you think everything's going to go well when you have a Blu-ray, and this is why they tout physical media so hard, right? You got to get physical media. That's how you're going to own it, and that's what's yours. And here we go with a Blu-ray that suddenly doesn't work, and I take care of my stuff, man. If you guys have seen any new movies or you guys are excited about any of those, let me know in the comments down below. Let's see. There we go. Okay, at least I have it on Vudu, so I own it there, which is probably the digital copy from this Blu-ray itself. Oh yeah, let's not do that. All right, so I'm gonna start the movie. We are 7 minutes into the stream, so I'm gonna start the movie in 3, 2, 1. And like all the other streams, while watching the movie, I'll give you guys time codes to catch you up as people join the chat and so forth. So back to what I was saying, when this movie first came out, I was a senior in high school, and I remember because this means a lot to me, I guess, because this was my last year, not only in high school, but this is my last year, living like a teenager. Because on my 19th birthday, which would happen the next year, I believe in 2000, I don't even know how old I was in 2005. I believe 2005. Yeah, because I was with somebody in 2004 and then 2005. Yeah. So on my 19th birthday, the following year, on my birthday, I got my keys to my first apartment. So I had to start living life like an adult. And I had a woman. So, I had to do what I had to do as a man. So this says October 3rd, 2004, low Earth orbit Wayland Corporation satellite P5 or PS12. PS12? Whoa. Bring that down just slightly. We got Silverleaf, Nebraska. We're starting it off with a bang, unidentified heat. Unidentifiable heat signature. That girl looks like Jessica Biel, even though it's not. There goes our main character. Lola Icefall? Laho or Lola Icefall, and she's getting a call. Our beeper's going off, I think. She's ice climbing. That's wild. She's ice climbing and answering a phone call. Even during this whole thing that she's doing, I don't know if this is for leisure or for herself, she has to still work. It's ridiculous. Of course, they're already there for her. They just called her while she was climbing up. They want her out there tomorrow, and they just told her. She goes, "It's going to take me a week to get back there." Now we're in Mexico, and they're about to find something in Mexico on an excavation. These two guys are going to be in the movie too. Digging in Mexico underground, I'd be scared, bro. Just because everything that's underneath there, the bugs and stuff. Ugh, I'm a city boy. Not a big fan of bugs and all that other stuff. So right now they're underground, and Sebastian, who was digging in these temples, has found something, a bottle cap, a Pepsi Cola bottle cap. They thought they found something at first, but not really. So they're looking for a burial chamber. So while this is all going on, I'll continue my story about like when this movie came out and why I have an affinity for it. So it was my last year in high school. It was my last year at my living like a kid at my grandparents' house because on my 19th birthday, the very next year, because my birthday's in March, so it's early. This came out in like October, I believe. So it was really close. There was a lot of stuff happening, and this movie just kind of like one of those last things I got to really be excited about while being a kid. Because on my 19th birthday, I got my keys to my first apartment with my then girlfriend, and everything, from there, changes completely. So, Alien vs Predator, I remember there was a special that they did for it, like maybe a half-hour special on Fox, and I remember watching it in my grandfather's room and this little 19-inch tube TV that he had and probably still has. And it just kind of holds a special place to me. Even though I see online that a lot of people have been saying they do not care for this movie one bit. But that's okay. Everybody feels differently about everything. I've been seeing online that a lot of people have an affinity for Alien 3, which I recently reviewed on this channel. And for those of you who joined me on that watch along, thank you. But there's a lot of people that have an affinity for that movie, and I definitely do not, other than memories of the action figures and marketing for it. This lead actress in here, this is the first time that anybody has seen an alien movie that doesn't have Ripley or Sigourney Weaver's character in the lead. And on the opposite of that, we're already used to having different leads for Predator because Predator 1 had Arnold, 2 had Danny Glover. I dread the day I have to watch that. And then this would be the third Predator movie, but the fifth Alien movie. You might hear some background noise. I do live on a busy street, so sorry about that. We got Icebreaker, Piper Maru, current heading classified. This lead actress is gorgeous. I don't feel like I've seen her in much after this movie. I want to look her up really quickly. How did you guys feel about Alien vs Predator? Did you like the lead actress in this? And there we go. We got the man right there. Lance Henriksen showing back up as Bishop, the leader of Wayland Technologies. Yes. Sine Lathan. Let me see. Okay. Love and Basketball, The Perfect Guy. I do recall her seeing her in The Perfect Guy. I just didn't tie her back to this. Brown Sugar, The Best Man. She does a lot of those movies. She was in the original Blade. I think she's the chick that got picked up. She was in Blade too. I don't remember that. Oh wow, she's done a lot of movies. Wow. She did a lot of movies even before this one. And I felt like this was the first time I had seen her. But clearly there were a lot of other films that I saw her in and never connected her face to it. It's crazy. Yeah, she's a nice looking woman. So they're gonna head over to where the first pyramids are. It's funny that Lance Henriksen, and I'm just noticing this now because, it's the first time going through the whole series. Lance Henriksen has more hair on his head in this movie than he had in any of the other two movies he was a part of. Good plugs. I don't know if it's a wig or it's plugs, but they look good. Getting the best drilling team together in the world. Hmm. So she's the top expert. Nobody in this room is ready. And she said where they're going is one of the most isolated places in the world. These people need training. And Waylon, of course, he just has one goal: do what he wants to do it now, and that's it. We got to do it. Which is, as we're gonna see in this movie, that's not gonna end well for anybody. She doesn't want any money for this excavation. She just wants whatever they were gonna pay her, donate it to her favorite foundation. You know, going back into this series, right? What they do here in this movie, I actually like it. I like that they build a team and they take experts and give you a whole bunch of expendable people like they always do. One of these movies has to end bleak. Not bleak like the way part three ended, but like bleak in the sense that the aliens have to win because there can't be too many people that know about them, right? But this, I love that they were open to doing a movie without Ripley. And I remember at this time, there was a lot of people saying, like, how do you do an alien movie without Sigourney Weaver? Just like this. I can't, as much as I remember, like the hype for this, I don't remember if I went to the theaters to see it. I I feel like this is the exact, movie that I ended up getting when it came out. Yeah, I feel like this was it. I don't recall going to the movie theater to watch this, but I was on top of it right away. In fact, I feel like there might have been a widescreen and a full screen DVD that came out of this as well. If any of you guys in the chat, there's five of you here now. If any of you know how to fix Blu-rays so that they play, or what the issue could be that why they're not playing this particular one was not playing, let me know. Because this is like the third Blu-ray that I own that just crapped out and didn't play once you put it in or skips. And I thought that Blu-rays weren't supposed to do that. While they're traveling to this isolated place in Antarctica, I'll kind of tell you guys about last night and what went on there. I actually met up with my buddy Will Martell. He has had roles in The Dark Knight Returns and Prison Break, as well as a couple other films. We met up last night, and what's funny was he was just coming back into Chicago for a few days visiting family, and we were just supposed to go out and have something to eat. But he's also in Chicago, and where he moved out to is a little bit of a smaller area outside of Chicago. So there isn't so many, great locations like there is here to film something gritty. So, I call him up, I'm there, and he's like, hey, we're on this street and this street and under this viaduct. It's got cool lighting. We're filming. Come find us. So I head over there and find them last night, and I end up becoming stunt coordinator, cameraman, director. The only reason I wasn't in shots for this was because I was dressed very casual and I did not fit whatever I was wearing, in my opinion, did not fit, a tough guy or what, a fighter would be wearing. So that's the only reason why. Otherwise, I would have been getting filmed, fight and in these fighting scenes too. But I figured I would be behind the scenes, help him out and do that. And that was pretty cool. Hopefully that when that comes out, I'll let you guys know. It was a short film he was doing called The Bag, martial arts action. So this one chick on this team is packing up a gun, and I believe she's the only other female on the team beside the lead. And they just had an exchange about going to Antarctica. I've never seen a gun save somebody's life, so why are you bringing it? And she just said, same reason you wear a condom, just in case. That was interesting. See, and with this movie's runtime, which is perfect, 101 minutes. God, I miss movies being this length. All right, like even these Netflix originals are 2.5 hours long. Most of the movies in theaters are 2 hours long. I just every one of these alien films that I've been watching are all 2 hours plus. This being 101 minutes, perfect. The action moves at a respectable pace. We're already getting to Antarctica and we're 16 minutes in, which, by the way, I am 16 minutes and 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds into this movie. If you want to join me and watch along on Hulu or you have the DVD, Blu ray, VHS. Did this come out on VHS? No. This couldn't have come. Well, there was VHS coming out till 2006. So 2004, this might have came out on VHS. It's interesting that Waylon, and I think I know why, but it's interesting that he decided to go on this trip because he's always been sending others out in all of these other movies. And there's a graphic in the community area of my page where somebody suggested that AVP is the first movie you should watch in all of this. And I don't know about that because here Waylon is older than he was in all of the other movies. He also doesn't make it to the end of this movie, but yet then you're gonna go back and watch, Waylon come back as Bishop in the other ones. I don't know how that works. Somebody has to like really put together the timeline because we've already been told that Alien Romulus that comes out on the 16th is going to come out as a timeline wise between Alien and Aliens. And then we also know that like the video games, right? Fire Team Bravo was right after Alien, and then that new is it new Dark Descent or something like that? That is right after Aliens before Alien 3. So it is a jumbled up timeline with the Alien series. It's funny when they cast like a goofy looking guy, you just know what's going to happen to him immediately. The action figures that came from this movie were really, really cool. I believe McFarlane was the one who did them. There was a whole bunch of sets. Was again, I feel like I say this almost every movie that we watch along here. I used to have. I'm always saying I used to have something. It makes you really, realize that stuff comes and stuff goes because I used to have almost all of the sets that McFarlane sold of this, either him or NECA, one of those two. But when you need money, you sell the stuff you got. So the goofy looking guy, who I believe he's there as the cameraman, he's just like super freaked out that he saw something moving. And I think this is a fake. I think this jump scare right here isn't actually one of the face huggers. I think this is something else that pops up here. By the way, guys, if you're joining, we're doing a watch along of AVP Alien vs Predator. I'm watching it off of Hulu. Originally was supposed to watch it off of this Blu-ray, but Blu-ray just didn't even make it to the menu for whatever reason. Been doing this for the last 5 weeks. I'm going to continue doing watch along review up until we get to Alien Romulus on August 16th, which I already have an early ticket to, and then we're gonna do a full ranking. It's a penguin. It's a penguin, exactly. I thought it was gonna be or everybody thought that he was gonna see a what you call it, a face hugger, and it was just a penguin. But yeah, we're gonna do a full franchise ranking like I always do for any of these deep dive series that I watch on this channel. That's wild. So there's a perfect there's a perfect hole drilled directly into this into where they're trying to get into the pyramids, and they're wondering how could that be done, like nobody could do that, right? But we know how it can be done as the viewing audience. That's only done one way, and that's through the predators because of their advanced technology, right? Because they're warriors, and that's the coolest thing about them. And I think we get that more explored in this movie than any other movie. Sorry for the background noise. I live in Chicago, so there's a bus right in front of my place. Lance Henriksen's Wailing character is clearly not in good health, and she's noticing it as well. What is her name? I keep referring to her, but not saying her name. Her name is Alexa. Alexa Woods. There we go. Yeah. All right, Alexa Woods. She's warning him that they could be going so far down that he could develop a blood clot, especially at his old age since he's sick already. Oh, not somebody. She's telling him her dad that happened to her dad. He's telling her as an old man, he needs this kind of thrill. He needs something before he goes away. The pain, the sickness, that's not what he's going to remember. It's the thrill. So again, this movie's runtime is perfect because we're 23 minutes in and we're already going down to these temples, these pyramids. We got some very predator sounding music here. the length of this structure that they're going down is insane. I feel like you would say to yourself, if you had any common sense without the passion, it's like, how are we supposed to make it at all? Like, we're going down there, we're never coming back. Waylon's old ass, of course, falling. That should have gave him a heart attack for him to pass away right there. So because the Predator's spacecraft is arriving, there's a lot of wind. They can't see it, by the way. They just feel all this wind coming from everywhere. But the guys that are outside, they can't see it. And there goes several Predators being beamed down. Now this is the first time that we're going to be introduced to several Predators throughout the length of a film, because these multiple Predators only showed up at the end of part two. This is the first time we get to see a bunch of them in action, which is pretty cool. This movie does, in my opinion, it does a lot right. So I'm hoping that in rewatching this, the last time I saw it was about a year ago, and rewatching this and comparing it to the rest of the series that I've already seen leading up to this right now, that this is, still going to hold up to the mythos. It's a fun movie, but is it going to hold up storyline wise to the previous Alien movies? Part of me feels like I just don't want to watch Predator 2. I cannot stand Danny Glover taking the place of Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie. What's going on? Let's see. How do you say it? Parzival? Did I get that right? Cheers from Germany. Cheers, my man. I don't have beer like you put there, but I got water. It's not one of those weeks where I can drink alcohol. But cheers, mate. Cheers. So they finally got down to these pyramids. They've got to set up everything, of course. By the way, guys, I just realized these lights that I have in the background, this is only some of it. There's lights in front of me on this side. Every single room has lights, and those are all provided by Gobi. We're affiliated together, Thorn Theater and Gobi. So if you want to grab a discount with giving me credit for it, I will leave that link in the description of this video and every video going forward. If you like the lights behind me, more immersive experience. So they're finally getting to see for the first time ever these possible first pyramids ever built underground. So these are cool shots. I wish I could show you guys. I spoke about this in my live on Saturday, which, by the way, we do a Saturday night, hangout together every Saturday. Me and whoever wants to join talk about things during the week and talk about movies, what we've seen, memories of stuff, and what we want to see, plus the reviews a little bit more than what I can give you in 8 minutes. And one of the things I brought up was, I don't know how Patreon works or anything like that, but I see that a lot of YouTubers try to guide, subscribers there. And I would only be interested in Patreon if I can screen record while we're doing these watch alongs, so you guys can see the movie as I'm watching it with my commentary and reactions like that. Because this is cool, but it can be cooler if you guys see it. So if one of you guys know how Patreon works, or subscribe to anybody on Patreon who does watch alongs, can you actually, put movies and your reactions on there, commentary on there, without getting copyright strike? Oh man, there's this humongous structure popping up right now with what looks like the queen, the alien queen, which she was frozen. Yeah, with a sack. See, the mythos that they create. Yeah, that's the queen. All right. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, she's locked up. They've got her imprisoned and frozen. And I think this was the doing of the predators. Oh, what a great shot. A frozen queen alien. I'm going to do something real here to get rid of this noise. I thought I had closed all the windows. Apparently not. The tempo, the pacing of this movie, I like that it's slowing down a little bit now. Like I want to see some interaction. We're 30 minutes in and there's nothing too grand yet. We have seen a predator get ready. We have seen the queen alien, captured and frozen and starting to come alive. So things are starting to happen right now. But I do like that we're already here. That 30-minute mark is where, to me, you need to start making things happen. And that's one of the things that I really, really liked about the last movie I saw, Alien Resurrection. Despite it having like, I guess, how do I put this? Despite Alien Resurrection having this goofy feel of 1996 7 to it or whatever, I liked how fast the pacing was of that movie. I liked it. Just 20 minutes in, we got a full view of aliens. Right now, we've got the Predator taking out the team above ground, and this is about to be the first reveal that we get of the Predator, I believe. He just sent a spear through one of the guys. Oh, he's still in that incognito, like that invisible mode. See, this movie seems like it would be fun in theaters, especially when you have these two titans. And this is right around the time that Freddy versus Jason came out, right? I think because Freddy versus Jason came out in 03. This came out in 04. I'm shocked that we didn't get more versus movies in those early 2000s. There we go. Now we got the first reveal of the Predator. He looks awesome. Thick boy, too. Not the lanky one we saw in part one. Jesus Christ. All right, we got three Predators on screen. One of the coolest things about this movie that I think people don't really give it credit for is how it expanded the AVP, the Alien and Predator universes. Like we never saw this much of Predator lore previous to this movie. There's a lot of peas in there. So just like the Aztec, the Egyptians, whoever built this believed in ritual sacrifices. And the ritual sacrifices, as we know, they don't know it, but as we know, would come about because the predators would lay the baby, the face huggers, into human sacrifices, birth the xenomorphs just so that they had a game, something to hunt. I believe that's what this is all about. if I remember correctly. It's incredible to die willingly for the gods that you praise. It's not my bag, brother. So the scripture written by the tomb says they gave their lives for the hunt. This guy thinks it's a what it is that they opened up the rib cage to take the heart. What he doesn't know is that nobody opened them up. The xenomorph bursted through, and the chick just noticed it. She goes, "It looks like something bursted out, not like somebody opened it up." Oh man, we got the sack. We've got the sack laying eggs. Now remember, we haven't seen a really. This is clear. We haven't seen. Oh my God, looks epic. We haven't seen the queen laying eggs in detail like this since Aliens in 1986. This is 18 years later. Yes, I was 18. Yep. Yeah, this is right before I left my left high school and left my grandmother's house. Um, those scenes look incredible. We haven't seen those up to now. And then the queen that was in Alien Resurrection that birthed that damn, I can't even say the word. I'll get demonetized before I get monetized. That birthed that very slow looking alien newborn baby or whatever. That thing did not look good. It only had like the alien head, but then looked like it was a roach. This guy who was damn near frozen is looking at the predators, and he just died. Interestingly enough, there was a shot right now with two with two predators walking away. That really didn't look like they were in the same scene. They almost looked CGI'd in. That's weird. So they're exploring the pyramid right now. She's using her then 2004 smartwatch to go northwest, east, all that good stuff. So this one guy who could like read all of that says he found the Aztec calendar and it's movable. And this the cool thing about this is they were able to build a set that was transformative and would move according to the things they did, like a puzzle. So of course, the last time anything was touched in this pyramid was 1904, October 10th, and then this is October 10th, 2004, as she just said. So he's figuring out how to do it. He has the know-how. Everybody else doesn't know what any of this means, but he has the know-how, and he's moving everything along. And of course, the uh, the Aztec, the pyramid that they're in, is moving like a puzzle, like a Jenga puzzle. By the way, guys, if you're gonna watch along Alien vs Predator, I'm watching it on Hulu. You can watch it wherever you feel, but I am on 38 minutes and 52 seconds, 53, 54, 55. So again, that's 38 minutes and 58 seconds. into a movie that's 101 minutes long. So we are pretty much 40 minutes down and an hour left of this. So what he moved around and figured out and all that date wise opened up a chassis that has guns. And this is for the hunt, of course. DVDs were roughly a fresh thing back then at this time. So he goes, "This is like finding Moses' DVD collection." It's a goofy looking guy. He says all the goofy stuff in the movie. Wayland over here is dying. Surprised he survived the fall earlier. Didn't have a heart attack. So, the guy who knows how to read all this stuff, the expert, he just told him don't touch it. But Waylon, of course, always wants to grab as much as he can. He wants to do the research, going along with Alexa, the other expert, who said, "Hey, we've done everything. I've done everything you asked us to, including, bringing people who aren't ready along." What they don't understand is what they don't understand is they just released the hunt. They just started everything by taking those guns. How are they going to know they're not? But greed always persists, and Lord knows that American corporate leaders are always going to go for their own interest. Yeah, and see, since everything now in the pyramid is transforming and closing, and then also the the eggs are coming up, and these were perfectly placed by the mechanism where they had the queen alien, and it's all right in front of where the human sacrifices were. Oh dear lord, it's always so freaky when the eggs hatch. I think what's the freakiest about it is that they look so organic. Like the eggs that the aliens are in are just wild. There it goes, attached itself to the chick. And since everything transformed, they got stuck. They can actually hear what's going on. She's screaming. As always, right? Instead of being humble and saying, we got to go, these Marines or these, whatever expendable characters that they bring along are like, they feel so powerful with their guns. We're skilled. We can take out anything. Not anything. So the goofy guy, the goofy expert that they have on board, he was reading a huge heat source and he said there was a satellite powering all of this. That now it makes sense that things are moving because otherwise, how could it move? Yeah, so that alien is now done with that chick. She's just, it already impregnated her or mated with her, however they call it. But I want to see how quickly this happens because in oh Jesus Christ. Of course, there's a whole bunch of expendable characters that just got their face hugged first. See, it's already gonna burst out of her. She already just opened up her jacket. This is as soon as she wakes up. This is what's so odd to me because there was that guy in Alien Resurrection who lasted a long time before the chest burst happened. A ridiculously long time. And we got our first chest burst of the movie. See what I'm saying? It was like immediate. But that guy in Ray Alien Resurrection lasted freaking 40 minutes, 30 minutes runtime of the movie without having anything wrong with him. He just felt sick from time to time. So it took him a lot longer for it to happen. It's unfortunate that this doesn't work. Maybe I can give it a cleanse because I would really have liked to have seen the special features, theatrical and unrated extended version. I'm assuming that I'm watching the theatrical version once again since I'm having to watch it off of Voodoo. So they're walking through one of the pyramids that have like all of these figures, and he's gone. One guy gets picked up by this razor wire. They have no idea that there are predators in that invisible mode right above them. Boom, threw a spear right through one of the guys. So the pyramid is shifting once again. They figure it out. So of course it's the early 2000s, and just like the late 90s and early 2000s, you always needed a shot in an action movie of somebody jumping, doing this stupid thing where they move their hands in the air, and they just got a shot of one of the predators, unconvincingly, by the way. He was like, instead of jumping, like this, the predator just jumped kind of like straight across, which is it was always a problem. I think the movie, if I remember correctly, the movie that started out all that jumping shit was it The Matrix that started like all of the weird jumping and action movies, or was it Hidden Dragon Flying? No, wait, Flying Dragon Hidden Daggers. That could be. I could be remembering that right. I think I owned that Blu-ray once upon a time or DVD. But I remember just like one movie came out with people flying in action scenes, jumping for long periods of time or slow downs, and now everybody wanted to add it to their movies going forward. It was a thing. So yet another expendable character has gotten lost in the shifting of the pyramids. So far, all we've done is seen the. Excuse me. All we've done is, oh yeah, it's about to happen. We're about to see our first xenomorph kill. All we've seen is predators killing and aliens face huggers, but we have yet to see a full-fledged alien outside of the queen. But she is currently locked up till the end of the movie. She's in shackles. The Aztec calendar was metric in multiples of 10. So he's guessing that the pyramid shifts every 10 minutes. Of course, Alexa, played by Sine, she is gorgeous. She's looking very happy that she brought somebody who has the know-how in this, who has knowledge. By the way, seeing this just reminded me of something I saw on Sunday. I saw that a trailer was released for Hellboy and the Crooked Man, or Hellboy the Crooked Man, or something like that. I checked out the trailer. I mean, I gotta be honest, like that looks like Jeepers Creepers Reborn level shit. And whoever, I don't know who's playing Hellboy now, but it ain't good. It doesn't look good. Definitely doesn't feel like Ron Perlman when he played Hellboy. It's tough to follow up some actors, man. And then it's just in general, the movie just looked like ugh, looked very, very low budget. It was interesting to have this horror concept with Hellboy, and I'm sure it's something that's been done in the comics. I'm sure if I do a video on it, somebody will like, well, went up in issue this, and that. It's happened. Whatever. I don't care. Um, but the movie looked bad. That's the point. So I don't know about you guys. Have you checked out Hellboy and the Crooked Man trailer that's out right now? I'm actually going to review another trailer this coming Wednesday. Um, I saw that my buddies over at Womp Stomp Films, that's what he's the head of. I saw that they released a teaser trailer for their first ever Batman horror movie. I kid you not, I have not checked it out yet. He released a tweet. We got our first view of a xenomorph 50 minutes into the movie. Two xenomorphs. Three. And they all hit him all at the same time. Oh boy. Oh, well, there you go. Goofy guy got messed up by the xenomorph too. But yeah, I have not seen the trailer for his Batman horror movie, but I heard that they released a teaser, and I want to review it raw with you guys on Wednesday. So that'll be Reaction Wednesday's video, along with hopefully the review for this movie right here. Actually, no, I don't have to do the review for this movie. I can do I can move this review that I'm about to do on this to Friday because I can't review Alien Requiem. Well, I haven't seen it yet. AVP Requiem. I don't remember. I think this is the first time that it gets introduced. No, it can't be. I think it was also in Predator 1. It's been a while since I've seen Predator 1. But they just released like that net that constantly, gets tighter until it just tears you apart. It tears into your skin and everything. They've got so many tools of the trade. Which, by the way, the Predator is now two of the Predators, or no, there's three left. Yeah, there's three left. So the Predators have attacked. Uh oh, here we go. How that acid didn't go all over her is beyond me. It's the first time we get the interaction in a film between an alien and a predator. Perfect. They've got bigger game to hunt, brother. So one predator down, killed by the alien. Boom, there they go. These two behemoths. They've got that tail that acts like a scorpion's tail. I'm surprised for both of their blood being green, right? The predator and the alien. I'm shocked that the predator's blood, even though it's neon, I'm shocked that it doesn't. It's not like acid like their blood is. The aliens. That was an odd stance for the predator. This is also the first time I believe I remember seeing the alien use its tail like that so much. The predator just cut the edge of the tail off, and of course, also at the same time melted his blades on it. Oh, what a fight scene! So here, by 2004, CGI is a hell of a lot better than it was in 1996 or 1993, as it was, in those two other Alien movies. It was not great. Got better by 97 though, for sure. That's one thing I could say. It's very tolerable in Alien Resurrection, but in Alien 3, it is just hot garbage. Welcome, guys, all five of you. I'm doing a watch along of AVP, as it says right. Where is that? Right there. It says Alex Thorne. That's me. Got some CGI. Oh, we got some CGI alien. Boom. Smart move by the Predator. He launched that net as it was jumping on him. And that thing is digging into. We get this awesome looking alien that has all of this like net look on him and slime, lime green, all his blood. What a great look. What's cool about that too? There's this little this shot they just did where the that alien with the nets, imprinted on him, kills the predator. But when they zoom out, he's in this area with it's full of skulls. They're both in this area full of skulls in the pyramids. It's just what an awesome visual. There's a lot of great visuals in this movie. Actually, let's turn this a little bit, something just a little bit more in the middle. So Wayland just goes to attack the very last predator. Predator is like using all his senses to scan them. Remember, they're after prey. And he let him go because he sees how weak his heart is. This is a pretty epic moment because Lance Henriksen, right? He was in Aliens as Bishop, and 3 he returns as Wayland himself. And that's who Bishop was based on. And then here in this movie, he's fully Wayland, but he dies here, and he's already on his deathbed. So again, as I mentioned earlier, that graphic that I posted on my community from like horror fans flicks or something like that, it suggested that AVP should be the first movie you watch. But how is that possible? How would that be possible? I don't get it. Especially if he dies here, yet comes back as Bishop in Aliens, and then Wayland is still somehow alive in Alien 3. Oh, dude, I never would have made this. I don't even know how this guy makes it through. The pyramid is shifting again, and he some way somehow makes it through. as the pyramid is shifting. And I mean, he's like mere inches from squishing his own head. And while he was doing that, the predator actually up, face hugger was coming towards him. There's an alien right behind this other predator. He knows it too. This predator is playing no games. Not only did he throw his little star thing, his little star boomerang thing at the face hugger, but turned around and sliced the head off of the other alien that was trying to be sneaky behind him. It's very stealthy. So the predator, of course, is doing his ritual as he killed one of them. He has to mark his helmet or his mask with the blood, signifying the alien blood, signifying that he actually took one down. He's marking himself. Because ancient warriors would mark themselves with the blood of their kill. Here goes another face hugger. They're everywhere, these damn things. So this is where we get the tease. So the face hugger just jumped right behind the predator, but and it caught him as he turned around. But the humans had already left the scene. They already left the scene. So when he turned around, obviously it most likely impregnated him, which we're going to see the results of that later in the movie. And I'm assuming that would set the stage for AVP 2, which, by the way, I've never seen. I have this huge affinity for this movie, but I've never seen AVP 2. And from what I've seen online, just because, I have to constantly research these aliens, I'm not looking to ruin the movie for myself. From what I've seen, people are just naturally, filtering into my timelines talking about AVP 2, and they're like, oh, that one takes place immediately after this movie. So I can't imagine it being that good. I can't imagine it being, even though I have a huge love for this one, I can't imagine that one being that good just because when it came out, when that came out, I had an ex girlfriend that worked at Blockbuster, and she brought it home for us to watch, and we put it on, and there was no Netflix and chill yet. I guess it was Blockbuster and chill that night. So I didn't see anything of the movie whatsoever. Right now, they're telling the backstory of Alien and Predator, and if the Predator would get destroyed, or if he got beat at all, or he felt like he was, it was the odds were too much for him, he would explode the planet, just like the first Predator did. He had this huge explosion, like, okay, you beat me, I don't deserve to live. Boom, exploded everything. I think the same thing happened in part two. I don't remember. I'll put a question in the chat for you guys that are watching here, all five of you. That way you can tell me if you've seen AVP 2 and is it any good, anywhere near as good as this Alien vs Predator. Ah, man, so that goofy guy is cocooned up, right? He sees the opportunity to reach over and grab one of the guns off one of the other guys. Grabs the gun. There goes the alien vagina thing that's coming towards him. He empties out a full clip on that one This is such a great scene. He empties out a full clip on that one face hugger. Looks up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 eggs are hatching in that same room. So he felt grand about killing one, but then he looks up and there's 21 other eggs being hatched at that very same time. So this pyramid is like a prison. We took the guards' guns and now the prisoners are running free. To restore order, the guards need their guns. So we have to find a predator. She doesn't call it a predator, but we have to find that thing and give it back its gun. They're just pawns in the middle of this game. So she fully realizes and can see that, the predators are out to kill the aliens, and the aliens can't make it to the surface. They have to stay underground. And he just stated, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So if the predators are enemy and the aliens are their predator, then you're my friend. I have to imagine that the sets they built for this movie, because this is before, full blown CGI rooms that they would have later on. I have to imagine that those sets were just epic. Do those things get torn? I mean, they can't just hold them, right? I'm assuming they all get torn down after a while. Chase, come here. Come on. You want up? I don't think I've introduced you guys to Chase. Come here. This is my big old dog, Chase. Let's see. Oh, Lord. That's not what I want. But yeah, he's a 75-pound pit bull and German Shepherd mix. Had him for 7. There goes another jump. One of those 2,000 jumps where people jump like that. He's a happy boy, 10 years old. I've had him for 7 of those 10 years. So, old man. Oh my God. That's impossible. Well, no, it's not impossible. She's used to climbing. So her and the guy jumped across one of those 2,000 jumps. But of course, an alien came up right beside him, dragged him away. She used her strength and her skill from climbing. That's her hobby to do, to get up. And the aliens, for the most part, right? They don't kill. I think they kill some people, but they don't kill everybody. They mainly mess you up and drag you to get cocooned, to hold you in the chamber until face huggers hatch and mate with you. By the way, we are on a watch along and we are an hour and 8 minutes in, 27 seconds, 28, 29, 30 if you want to watch along and catch up to where I am. Boy, this dark scene is super noisy. I do not recall this much noise in this movie. Unless it's because I'm watching, an HDX stream on Voodoo. Oh my God. So she just looked at her watch, right? Her smart watch that tells her east, west, all this stuff. She looks at that and It's cracked, it's broken. It reminds me of yesterday when I was choreographing and directing the fight scene. He had the Will, the one of the actors I was directing, had his watch on, and he kept on blocking this high kick that the guy was doing. That was the third, the third action in this fight scene. Boom, he kept blocking it. So one of those times, boom, and his whole watch went flying. And you heard that metal hitting the ground. And it sucks because the watch in the very next shot that we were gonna do after they completed that one action scene, right? The watch was gonna be a part of that scene because he was gonna back off, hold his hand up, and take off his watch like he means business. Well, the guy kicked him enough to break his watch. So here's a scene where the alien goes to attack. I don't know how she's even able to hold that up, but the alien goes to attack Alexa, and Alexa notices that one of the spears is left over. She notices that one of the spears is left over, right? So she picks it up, and the alien jumps right onto the spear. The predator sees this, and now, mind you, we've never seen a predator kill women in the series. And he realizes that she's a warrior and that she's not trying to hurt them either. Well, here we go. As more aliens are coming and the predator is there shooting them, right? They start yelling to the queen. The queen yells back and they all back off. And what the predator realizes right now is that I need a partner in this. That predator is such an epic, cool look, man. I've heard that there's going to be a Prey part two, but I hope, I wish, I really hope that they do not bring that character, that female character, back from the first one. To me, she was just so bland and never looked like, I was like, let's get a rise out of you. I love Prey. I think Prey is a great movie, and I think it's a great movie because of what's come before. It hasn't been great, mind you. I have not gone over the Predator series. I've only seen one and two. Never saw Predators or The Predator or whatever the hell. That might be a logical step to visit after Alien Romulus, since we've already done this. Maybe I'll do that too. But I personally just did not like the tribe and how they came off, and they just they were very bland in their acting. That's what I could say. But I hope they do return to this big, beefy looking, strong bodybuilder looking style of predator. Right now, what he's doing is taking apart the alien that he just killed, making the skull part of it her shield, and also giving her um he's making this basically this staff for her. What's cool about this right here, this next scene, is the queen is communicating. She's clearly telling all her kids, the aliens, that I'm in shackles. I have no way of getting out. They do have her shackled up. They have her imprisoned. And there's only one way to get her out, and it's the same way that they got out of the situation in Alien Resurrection, which is they have to stab their own mother so that she bleeds. Therefore, the acid breaks through the shackles. What's funny was is like the kids don't even, or the aliens, they're not kids, but the aliens, her children, they don't even, they don't even see. There's like no remorse. They don't even try to slow down. The moment she yells at them, they're just like, yeah, we'll do it. So they just start stabbing their own mother, so her acid blood can bleed all over the shackles and set her free. Which, mind you, we haven't seen a good alien queen since um Aliens. That thing that we saw in Alien Resurrection was not good. So she's walking into the sacrificial chamber where all of her former colleagues are. That guy shouldn't come alive. She hears heavy breathing, and of course, it's her partner who helped save her earlier, and the guy that she started to, quite frankly, have slight little feelings for, little crush on. She's saying she's going to get him out of there. He's doing the scan of the body, and he realizes he knows that the predator knows that this guy has the alien inside of him. So she shot him. He was asking for her to shoot him too. I love the look that the predator gives her. Oh, that was good. So in that very moment, after she shoots her friend, right, to kill him because he can't survive anymore, he's in so much pain. Shoots him. She kills him. But right then at that moment, she walks away, and that alien, that xenomorph that's about to be born, bursts out of his chest. Predator grabs it and just snaps its neck because it's so small. And here we go. The queen is on her way. Here goes more aliens being born, more face huggers, and they're in that sacrificial room. I love it, man. This alien has such a presence. I mean, this predator has such a presence to him. Sets up the bomb on his wrist, tells her, boom, signifies to her that it's gonna explode. He already set the timer. He goes, "We gotta run." They've run. That's insane. Yeah, that is really bad CGI. So obviously they didn't build this gigantic pyramid for them to run down. But again, thankfully, as I've noticed in the and not in the last two movies, this one and Resurrection, when it is bad CGI, they keep it to a very quick minimum. They just very quickly do it. They set that shot on there. Oh my God. So that's the first time we see it out in broad daylight. So right here, right now, this one alien jumped on the predator's back. Alexa grabbed a gun, shot that alien, which then that alien fell back by six other aliens who looked angry when it fell back towards them. And then they're taking their ride out. This is such a cool scene. They're taking this ride out on a ski outside of the pyramids. Right here, this would have been a great moment in like 4DX. To watch this on 4DX 3D would have been really cool. By the way, as always, thank you, Regal, for sending me out to so many movies. I appreciate you guys. Love the technologies. I got to experience RDX, I think is another format that they have. So, of course, that explosion that the Predator tends to set off is so gigantic and it was underground that it's destroying everything and they got to keep on running. So, excuse me, I anticipate this would be the third. Okay. I thought I was going to get the third 2000s jump. No, there was two of those. This time they just jumped and that was it. One of the other good things too is that the lead actress, her hair looks messy now, which is good, right? Because a lot of movies they'll make a girl go through hell and then she'll look fine by the end, and she doesn't. This girl clearly looks like she's been through something. Her hair is definitely fluffed out, but she still looks beautiful. And the predator decides now, since she has followed him, and stayed with him, he removed his mask. That's one of the things they do when they feel that you're worthy. They expose themselves to you. And since she has killed aliens, he considers her a warrior. She must be marked by the blood of who she has killed, by the mark of her prey. She's willing to take it. So she's getting marked with the acid of the alien. She chose to get it here. He did it on his forehead. She's doing it on her cheek. They think it's all over, but the queen just explodes from underground. The first time ever we get a predator who looks genuinely surprised. That mouth mechanism of the predator is so damn cool. And he's trying all of his tricks. His blade boomerang and all. Yeah, there goes the predator. Not dead, but definitely got moved out of the way with that scorpion tail. She just stabbed. She ran up to the alien, and that's cool. It's so big when it stands that it actually fell onto a cabin and collapsed the cabin. And she ran up to it with this bow staff and stabbed it in the same area where it got cut. Now she's running away from the queen alien. Come on, now that's a cool scene. And the alien, so it looks like what that looked like was that she was running in between the bones, like the rib cage of a previous dinosaur or something like that. That's what it looked like. And this queen alien is so big, it literally looked like a dinosaur running behind her. Predator comes to save the day again with his staff slash boa. Boom, stabs it right in the eye. Again, this is the most we've seen of the alien queen ever. Even though we got to see it in Aliens, like this is a lot, and it's in snow. That's another thing that people don't talk about this movie enough is that like we got to see aliens and predators in snow. How cool is that? Uh Predator was solely focusing on the alien. Forgot about the the tail. The queen is gone. The queen is dragged down. Not dead, because the queen has been dragged down into ice. So essentially, she's just gonna melt. I mean, she's just gonna freeze. But as resilient as that thing is, I don't see it dying. So the predator has a weak brow. It is definitely gone, dead. What she doesn't know is that there are predators in that incognito mode, that invisible mode, right there. And not only that, but so is the entire spacecraft, which is gigantic in this movie. This is a cool. This is, I guess, this is the king alien. I'm alien, king predator. Sorry. They come and they pick up their fallen brethren. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. There's got to be over 20 predators on the screen in the background, though. Yeah, this is the king predator. He's got a cape on. I've always thought that one was cool. I had one again. Here I go again. I had a king predator when I was younger. I believe he got taller. He had like knees that would expand, and he got taller. But that figure was very stiff. So as they did in part two, where they left Danny Glover with that gun, in this one they leave her with the staff boa. Bro, this spacecraft is so big. It feels like it should be its own. Like obviously they live there, but like where do they go after that? Because this thing is big enough to be a city. This thing is huge. I don't feel like they made it. I feel like you could live on that spacecraft forever and not have a problem. This thing is so gigantic. Like I feel like this movie possibly made it entirely too big. My question was always the same, was like with everything destroyed, every time I've watched this movie, I feel the same way, which is how does she get out of Antarctica with everything gone, all of their technology? How does she do it? Here goes a scene of the predators leaving the fallen brethren right there, laid out on top of the tomb. And this is where we get the iconic shot that would tease the new alien predator. And boom, there we go. The end of the movie, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. See, that's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. I feel like I feel like this movie gives more and is better than people give it credit for. Because, like I said, researching all of the other previous Alien movies and getting the elements that I need, like the trailers and the art and the alternative art and all that stuff that I go through, I feel like I come across a lot of opinions now, and especially because I'm on Letterboxd, by the way. And Letterboxd is a social network for people who love movies. And you can go ahead and head there now if you want to. If you have an account, please follow me. It's Thorn Theater. If you don't, uh, I'm gonna put, if it's not already in the profile, I'm gonna put it in my profile. But I think it is. I think Letterboxd already is. The link is on my page. But it's a pretty cool social network for people who love movies. And I did check out what other people thought about Alien vs Predator prior to watching it this time, which is probably like my eighth or ninth time watching it since it came out in 2004. I'm shocked that people just like, I didn't like this and I didn't like that and I think it's dumb and this looked bad. I'm like, really? Like, this movie gave us so much more lore. This is like a Predator movie starring aliens, but it gave us so much more backstory and visuals to the Predators than any of the other previous movies gave us. So I like it for that. And plus the amazing visuals that it gave us for the Predators and aliens fighting each other. I mean, we never saw that before. So, guys, for all of you who joined me throughout the stream, thank you so much for joining me on this AVP watch along. The review for this movie will be available later this week. Don't forget that this channel has a membership, and in that membership, you get early access to reviews, exclusive behind the scenes photos and videos, exclusive shorts. You get polls to help the future of the channel. You get to request your own reviews, and then you also get my favorite part, which is an exclusive membership card, laminated, just like the good old days, just like your old Blockbuster card. You get a Thorn Theater card mailed out to you. So that's some of my favorite stuff. If you guys don't feel like committing to that, you can always head over to Buy Me a Coffee. That's where you can donate to creators like myself. Each coffee is $5 there. Viking Samurai, who has an awesome channel here, he donated. You can leave me a message there on how you enjoy what I do or why you're leaving the donation, and I can respond back to you in video form thanking you. Guys, once again, thank you so much. I'm working hard to get to 4,000 watch hours. I'm at 3,882. So we're like less than 150 hours away from being monetized on this channel. Thank you guys so much. Once again, the review for this will be available Friday. Wednesday, I'm going to do the new Batman horror film from Womp Stomp Films, a reaction on that trailer. And got to keep on working on music and doing reviews. So, guys, I'm Alex Thorne. You know what I got to do? I got to rock out, watch some movies, and review them for you. Thanks for joining.